another plan, and that is looking at the forecast. As you know, any kind of farming is really dictated by what's going on with the weather. And today would be a good day, but tomorrow would be probably even a better day for moving bees. And so today I'm gonna take the mower off my tractor. I'm going to take the black trailer off the truck, and then hook the truck to the long trailer and load the tractor. So that's going to be on the trailer, strapped down, ready to roll tomorrow morning, and then I can go out and get my bees. Particularly the unfenced out yard, I want to get those bees out of there just to, increase their safety from bears and whatnot, because there's still a bear out there. And I'll get the other out yard as well while I'm at it. It's a good day, so I'll do that, and then I can dismantle that fence and bring everything home. I may or may not dismantle that fence at the time. We'll see how it's going. If the bees are staying in the hives once they're loaded and whatnot, then maybe I'll take the time and dismantle that. Dropping this mower isn't exactly rocket science. There's a bracket at the front here that I need to undo, and they put the pin on one side and the lever on the other, so you have to get at both sides of it, and that's as complicated as that is right there. And there's a bracket that comes right out of here like that, and then, as most mowers have, there are pins that hold it to the lift arms. Okay, once I get these pins out, I can lift the lift arms again. Wow, is there ever a lot of grass on the mower? Shouldn't really store it with all this, because there's a sufficient amount of dirt here too. That'll rot. It'll rust the deck. It's a pretty good deck that way. It doesn't rust very quickly, but it's also extremely expensive. Okay, I'll have most of the grass off there. I'll get my pressure washer in the coming days and wash that nicely before I put it away for the season. Okay. The other trailer doesn't have a ball coupler. I have a coupler for it, but I tried to change it. It's so tight I couldn't get it off, so I'm gonna have to still do that. But the other trailer has a pintle hitch. It's a big ring. It's kind of a clunky thing, but it's kind of nice in a way. It's kind of easier to couple. It's more forgiving as far as coupling goes, the coupling process. I have to have an adapter here because that's a 2-inch receiver here, and that's a 2.5. I don't want to use the 2-inch because it's not rated for the capacity of that trailer. 2.5 is, and I have to put my pin thing underneath it. It doesn't fit on the top very well at all. So that's it. That's in. Now we'll go and get it on that trailer. I'll leave this one over there. I'll describe what I'm doing here just to possibly help somebody. I see people struggle with this kind of thing a lot, and I've done this 1,000 times or more, and it's still frustrating sometimes. A lot of times it doesn't go right, but you know, if I can help somebody kind of make this a little easier, then I'm more than happy to do so. Sometimes I have somebody to help, and occasionally that helps, but often it doesn't, because often people aren't used to doing that kind of thing and they don't know how to guide you. So what I've done so far, you can see that I've stopped short. I've stopped short intentionally, okay, just so that I can do two things. I can look at the line of the hitch on the truck to the hitch on the trailer, and I can also look at the height. Okay, I think that coupler is probably high enough, but it's none too high, so I'm going to bring that up a little bit. And this is where the pintle is more forgiving. But what I've done so far, besides stopping short here, is I've looked in my mirrors on both sides of the truck, and I've positioned myself to be exactly in line with the trailer. This trailer is pretty easy because there's a lot of lines and things. I can see the decking, I can see the frame rails, so I can see the wheels from the mirrors on the truck. So I want to get perfectly straight in line with the trailer, and I want to get perfectly centered with the trailer as well. If my truck is centered with the trailer, the hitch is going to be centered on the coupler. So now I'm going to back up, and again, if this was a ball coupler, the backing up part is a little more difficult, because with the pintle I can back this up, and I've got a big surface area here to crash into onto here. With the ball, you don't have that so much. So what I actually do with the ball is I try to make sure my ball coupler is low and I'm centered, so then I'll back up slow and I'll just touch the ball so I can feel that the truck is touching the ball. Then I'll get out, I'll raise it up a bit, back the truck another 3 inches or so, and I can set the coupler on the ball, put some weight on it, and then back the truck up again, and I can feel the trailer fall onto the ball. This is going to be easier because I can come right back with that coupler, crash into that ring, and then I can just let the trailer down on the pintle. I always prefer a manual transmission in a truck that I'm going to be towing with and whatnot. It gives you far better control, and they're more robust as a rule. And this is one of the times I prefer a manual, because when I stop, I set the parking brake. If you're an automatic, you can set the parking brake in automatic too. But I prefer the parking brake because a parking pawl, when you put a vehicle in park, it's always going to move a little bit until the pawl takes up the slack. So the parking brake keeps the vehicle in place, doesn't let it roll at all. This is perfect alignment, and now I can just let it right down onto the truck. Another thing is, when you're getting in your truck to back up a line and whatnot, don't get halfway in. Don't 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot in. Don't get in and leave the door open. There's no reason for that. Get in, both feet, close the door. If you've got a helper, make sure you put your window down. You can hear your helper. Backing up with the door open is a perfect way to really, really screw up your door. If anything touches that door while you're going backwards, it'll bend the hinges on that door immediately, and then you're off to the repair shop to get your truck fixed. So this one I had put lots of blocks down, so I don't need to raise the foot on the jack. I'll just throw the blocks in the truck. Pintle just goes down like that, locks in, safety chains of course. Light connector. And then one thing I do is, this is a rubber strap. I just hook the, it's not really not necessary on this trailer, but I'll hook that to the safety chains just to hold them up. They're not going to dangle, they're not going to touch the ground or anything. So, all right. So what I want to do now is I want to find an area that has a little bit of a depression so that I can get the trailer off the edge of a little slope, so the ramps can sit up a little higher on the ground than they are on the trailer. And I have an area over here that I use for this. Okay, so you can also see I've put some planks under the rear wheels here that raises the back of the truck and hence the front of the trailer and tips the back of the trailer down. And you may or may not be able to tell that that back of the trailer is actually tipped down quite a bit. It's really nice. It's nice to have a area that's kind of like this. The challenge is to find something in the outyard that also works. One thing nice about these ramps is they're aluminum. They're very light. The black trailer ramps are steel, and boy, are they heavy. And this is also why I want to take the mower off. The mower often catches on the transition here. Since I shouldn't need the mower again this season, I can do without it. It's the only time I wear the seatbelt on this tractor. It's coming on and off this trailer. And I am careful to put the roll bar up as well. A few years ago, I bought some little accessories for my tractor. Well, I bought a big accessory. It's the quick attach at the front where I can attach the forks and the loader bucket quickly. But I also bought some tie-down points from, there's tie-down points here on the backhoe, but I'll go right to the one on the tractor there. That's from AI2. Tony at AI2, great guy. Customer service is second to none. Good products. He's a pretty busy guy. He's kind of a one-man show like me. And so sometimes things take maybe a little bit longer to ship. But if you're wanting quality accessories for your tractor, it's definitely worth the wait. He makes a forklift rack and forks, but this is not. I bought this from Kubota. But this quick attach here is what Tony made, and is it ever nice? I didn't put these escape boards away. So again, you may not see them here, but there's a couple of nice AI2 attach points right there. This makes your day a little bit nicer, you know. All right. Okay, so all this to do now is get rid of those escape boards, put them away, and collect my boards under the wheels and make sure all the tires are inflated, which is always a pain. Seems that the rears on a trailer always leak, probably because you're backing into places and they're the ones that'll pick up the nails first. But anyway, I'll spare you the gory details of putting air in the tires. And that's it for Sunday work, I think. And go in and see if I can be any use making turkey dinner. Wait for company and have a nice Sunday that's not just all work. So I really appreciate you watching. Hope you're having a good Sunday. And those of you who have Monday off, have a good Monday off. And think about me moving bees. It'll be good to get the bees home. And then we'll have to start treating. Thanks again for watching. Take care and have fun. It's Monday, October 14, 2024. And a cool Monday it is. My weather app said it's 1C. I think it's more like 2 or 3, but regardless, you know, it's cold. I'm wearing long pants. No jacket yet though, so, you know, it's not that cold. So I'm here at the unfenced out yard. I guess that's how I describe them in my channel. And yeah, so I just got to unload the trailer. I found a little depression in the yard here, so I backed the trailer up in here, and I'm hoping that gives me a little better clearance for unloading. The tractor is much better for unloading without the mower on, but the backhoe bottoms out, and I have a second chance with that, because if it bottoms out too badly, I can actually just raise the backhoe bucket and stick it out straight out the back and back up, and that's all good. So it's a great day for moving bees. A little breezy, not too bad. It's sunny. The sun is nice and warm. This is a really nice out yard. I really like this out yard. It's sheltered. My pails don't blow away. You know, I think next year, with landowners' permission, I'm going to invest in another fencer and fence system, and I'll put up a fence over here, just so I don't have to worry as much about that bear. Boy, that's a big bear. I saw it again here the other night. And I think I can load the bees with the trailer right here. I don't think I even need to move the trailer, which is great. Now the bees are tucked up inside, so I generally won't need a veil or smoke or anything. I have them in case, but I did bring, or I do have my entrance reducers here, which I haven't previously installed. So I need to do that. You whacking on the entrance like that sometimes gets their attention, but yep. She come right out at me. And the grass is so long here. It's difficult. It's been a pretty nice fall. There hasn't been a lot of really crazy bad weather. So I haven't really needed reducers as much. I need them to keep the wasps and hornets away too. I got one pail left here. I don't know that I have a plug to put in it. Might have to fill it with grass or something. I'll wake them up. Whack on the doorstep a while. Wake those guard bees up. So there's only 9 pallets here. I get 4 across on my trailer. So I'll probably stack these 2 high and go 4 across and then 1. Oh, woke them up. Oh, I only have 3. Oh, 1 I'll have to ride along without. Wow, that's pretty nasty. All right, off to the other out yard. Load the rest of the bees. They'll fit on here just fine. The tractor, I can, let's see, I can move it right back front of the tractor about here, so I can put that much freight on the trailer, still get the tractor on. So I'll be just fine, because there's, was there 18 here, and there's like 22 over there. So there's just one more row and a little bit. And I can put the forks on top of the hives to get the tractor up farther forward. Okay, let's go. Oh, there's a beard on that. Holy cow. This yard's going to be a bit more work. I need to take down most or all of this fence. I can leave the part that's on top of the chicken wire there. But all these T-posts, 3 T-posts here, and getting those out now is going to be a good idea, because I have the tractor if I need to pull on them somehow. Well, talking about it ain't going to get it done. So most of this is one piece of string, I'll call it. I just went back and forth with it, and I can see here this bottom one is exactly that. I made it nice and easy to untie. That's beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. I just pull that and it comes right off. Pretty awesome. I like it when your past self makes your future self's job easier. I'm gonna take this down first, because then it's gonna make the tractor work so much easier. All right, that took a little while with fencing and all this sort of thing, you know, to keep the bees safe from the bears. Sure is time consuming and expensive. So now I can start loading the bees. That's a nice little load. Strap them on and get home and unload them into the apiary. Even though it's not a warm day, they're sure in the air enough. Now, if you think that's not the best idea, I wouldn't disagree with you. I've done it a lot and I haven't had any issues. But in this case, for sure, I'm only going 3 miles on back roads. And I don't even travel very fast at that rate, so we will be fine. It's close enough from home that it is a bit of a drive, but I have actually driven the tractor over here. It doesn't go very fast, so it takes, I don't know, does it take a half an hour or something? It might take an hour. I remember one year, it was right around Thanksgiving weekend. I usually move my bees right around Thanksgiving weekend. The weather was getting such that I needed to do something, and so I brought my truck and I parked my trailer over here, and I went home, and then either that day or the next day, I drove the tractor over and loaded all the bees, and they actually sat there for a day or two because it was cold, and drove the tractor home again, and then at my leisure, I came and got the trailer with the truck and took it home. So there's lots of different ways to do this. The other out yard, I wouldn't try to drive the tractor there. It's a long ways. But you know what? This is a nice little job. It's a nice day. It's still pretty cool. But if you stay busy, you stay warm. It's beautiful weather. The bees aren't on top of me. I did get stung a couple times though, because you start banging them around like that, and they don't like that. Well, I got home and unloaded the tractor, and that wind picked up, and I had to get a jacket. It's kind of cool here now. It's always nice if you're loading and unloading, especially on a sunny day, which seems often it is, that you can park the trailer facing east and west instead of north or south. Facing south like this, I'm looking into the sun half the time. Just hope I don't drop something. Well, that's the last time I moved bees before the bees move indoors. And I still haven't really settled on where I'm going to winter the outdoor hives. Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe I could make a wind block with some of my spare equipment here and kind of set them. I'd like them to be in this area, but I don't know, I haven't decided. I would like them to be in an area where they're going to get covered in snow and be sheltered from the north wind. North wind's very, very cold. So, yeah, there are some areas, but here's the conundrum. In the fall, it's fine. You know, it gets cold like this. You can put these bees anywhere you want. You can move them 50 feet, you can move them 5 feet, you can move them a mile. It doesn't matter. They're in the hive, they don't know where they live. However, in the spring, the temperatures will actually get fairly warm up to, you know, flight temperatures before there's enough, you know, melting of the snow to be able to move the bees. So by the time I'm able to access the bees, they're fully oriented to where they are, and it might be a little, I mean, it's going to be muddy, but it might be a little difficult to just move them. I have a place right here, but, you know, it's 50 yards, and I don't know if maybe in the spring I'd hate that to take them, say I want to take them from there into here, inside the fence, obviously, and into my apiary where they belong. So I really haven't decided on that yet. This outdoor wintering thing is kind of new for me. So yeah, well, I've got some things to clean up. I got to close the fence, and there's all kinds of stuff in the truck and whatnot. So I won't bore you with that. I really appreciate you watching this bee moving day. I'm gonna go in where it's warm, and I'm gonna see my wife. She's warm too, and maybe have some leftover turkey dinner. That would be really nice. I haven't hardly eaten anything today, and I don't know what time it is, but it's well into, well, the sun is way over there, so it's got to be 3, 4 o'clock. So it's not super late, but I've been at this for a little while. Again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care and have fun.